Good morning everyone, I'm your mentor Devanshu and I welcome you all into the reports and indices session on EduTap. And guys, I hope you all are healthy and preparing well for your upcoming exams. And when we talk about the exam, then the reports and indices are very important for the NABARD, RBI and SEBI exam. As in the past year exams as well, we have seen questions coming from the topic of reports and indices in phase 1 as well as phase 2 of these exams, and that's why I am back with a very interesting report, that is the Global Peace Index 2021. And guys, this particular report was released recently in the month of June 2021. So guys, before moving ahead into the session, if you are new to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe it and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates of the courses and videos offered by us. And you can also join a Telegram channel to get the access to the PDF of the lectures. To join the Telegram channel, kindly click on the link given in the description below. And guys, we are also running a daily exam booster series in which 3 series are being run by us, such as general awareness series taken by Ritika Rehal ma'am, ESI current affairs series taken by Guru Kirat sir, and reports and indices series are being taken by myself. So guys, now let's move on to the session. Let's get started. So guys, recently Sydney-based Institute for Economics and Peace has released the 15th edition of Global Peace Index 2021. And guys, this index ranks 163 states and territories all over the world according to their level of peacefulness. And guys, this Global Peace Index covers the 99.7% of the world population, while using 23 qualitative and quantitative indicators under 3 domains. And guys, we are going to discuss these 3 domains in detail in the upcoming slide. So guys, now let us see that first of all, what are the top performers and worst performers of this particular index. So guys, whenever we are covering the index, we must cover the top performing country, the worst performing country, as well as India's rank. And guys, India's rank is very important from the exam point of view. So guys, if we talk about the top performer of the Global Peace Index 2021, then this particular index was topped by Iceland with a score of 1.1. And guys, I am also going to mention here, I also want to add here that Iceland is the country which is topping this particular list since 2008. Okay guys, and guys, if we talk about the worst performer of the world, then the worst performer was Afghanistan, which was placed at 163 rank, that is the 163rd position with a score of 3.631. And guys, this particular country is at the bottom of the list since last 4 consecutive years. Now guys, the thing which comes is the very important, that is India's rank. And guys, if we talk about India's rank, then India was placed at 135th position in this particular index with a score of 2.553. And guys, if we talk about India's improvement in this particular index, then India has improved by 2 positions in index as compared to the previous edition. So guys, now let's see, these rankings must be based on some kind of indicators, and it must be on the analysis of some domains that we have discussed in the previous slide. Now let's see that what exactly these 3 domains are. So guys, this particular index measures the peacefulness of the countries on the basis of 3 domains. And guys, these 3 domains are the ongoing domestic and international conflict, societal safety and security, and militarization. So guys, if we talk about this index measures the peacefulness on the extent of the ongoing domestic and international conflict, as well as the level of societal safety and security, and the degree of militarization in that particular nation. So guys, these are the 3 domains, and in these 3 domains there are 23 indicators on the basis of which the peacefulness of these nations are being measured by this particular index. So guys, let's see that what exactly are the indicators of these index. So guys, if we talk about the ongoing domestic and international conflict domain, then these are the different indicators under this particular domain, such as the number and duration of internal conflicts, the number of deaths from external conflicts, external organized conflict, and the number of deaths from internal organized conflict, and so on. And guys, if we talk about the most and the least peaceful country as per this domain, then the most peaceful country was Botswana, and the least peaceful nation was Libya on the 159th position. And guys, now let's move on to the second domain, that is the societal safety and security. And guys, if we talk about this particular domain, then this particular domain has the following indicators such as the level of perceived criminality in society, political instability in the country, political terror scale, impact of terrorism, number of homicides per 1 lakh people, and so on. And guys, if we talk about the most and least peaceful countries as per this domain, then the country which has topped this index under this domain was Norway, and the country which was placed at the bottom of the list was Iraq at the 159th position. Now guys, let's move on to the third domain, that is the militarization. And guys, if we talk about the militarization domain, the indicators are the military expenditure as a percentage of GDP, the number of armed services personnel per 1 lakh people, the financial contribution to the United Nations peacekeeping missions, and so on. So guys, you can quickly go through these particular indicators under the domain of militarization. Now let's see that what exactly are the most and least peaceful countries as per this domain. So guys, under this domain, the country which has topped this index was Iceland on the first position, and the country which was placed at the bottom position was France with the 159th position. So guys, these were the three domains on the basis of which this particular index measures the peacefulness of all the countries, that is the 163 countries of the world, covering 99.7% population all over the world. Now let's see and move on to the key findings of this particular index. So guys, till now we have covered the three very important pillars of this particular report, that is the releasing body. The first one was the releasing body, the second one was the rankings, the third one was the methodology used by this particular index. Now guys, the fourth and the very most important indicator, that is the key findings of this particular index. And guys, please mark star here. These are the four indicators on the basis of which the questions are always being framed, and you can seriously see the previous year questions as well. All these questions will be based on only these four key findings, and guys, that's why on the same lines we are preparing this particular report in order to prepare for the reports and indices for the exam. Okay guys, so now let's see that what are the key findings this particular index is having for all of us. So guys, if we talk about the top key findings of this particular index, this report says that Iceland was the most peaceful country worldwide since 2008, as we have already discussed that this particular point when we were discussing the ranking slide. Okay, and guys, if we talk about the Afghanistan, then it was the least peaceful country for the fourth consecutive year. So guys, please mark star here, as these can be very easily asked in the exam and very easily answered in the exam. And guys, if you talk about the regions, then the most peaceful region was Europe. And guys, if we talk about the region which was the least peaceful, then guys, it was the Middle East and North African region. And guys, this was also the region in which the largest improvement in peacefulness was recorded from the period of 2021. Okay, so guys, apart from these, this particular report also records the economic impact of violence. And guys, if we talk about the global economic impact of violence, this report says that the economic impact of violence was 14.96 trillion in terms of purchasing power parity. Okay guys, so guys, this particular was $14.96 trillion, and this particular amount is equivalent to 11.6% of the global GDP. And guys, when we talk about the 10 most and least affected countries, then we can see that the deterioration was more and the improvement was less, as we can see that the 10 countries which were most economically affected by violence, the average economic cost was equivalent to 35% of the GDP. And when we talk about the 10 most peaceful countries, then the average economic cost in these 10 most peaceful countries was only 4.2% of the GDP. And guys, this particular report also records the impact of the refugees and internally displaced persons over the losses from the conflicts. And guys, if we talk about this particular report, this report says that the impact of the refugee and internal displacement person was 3 times. See guys, this particular was 3 times higher than the GDP losses from the conflict. So guys, once again mark star here. This particular point can also be asked in the exam. So from this particular slide, what are the key takeaways? So guys, the first key takeaway was the country which has topped the index. Second one was the country which was the placed at the bottom of the index, and guys, the third one was the global economic impact of violence, that is 14.96 trillion dollar, as which was equivalent to 11.6% of the global GDP. And guys, the last one was the economic impact of refugees, which was 3% more than the GDP losses from the conflict. So guys, now let's move ahead and let's see that what are other key findings of this particular report. And guys, this report also says that if you talk about the countries which were more peaceful in 2021, then there were 87 countries which were more peaceful in 2021 than in year 2020. And guys, if you talk about the deterioration, then 73 countries were less peaceful in 2021 than in 2020. And guys, if we talk about the overall peacefulness all over the world, then this report says that there was deterioration of overall 0.07% all over the world when we talk about the peacefulness all over the world from 2020 to 2021. And guys, this report also says that deterioration in peace was larger than the improvement in peace, as this particular report says. If you talk about the 25 least peaceful countries, then the peacefulness has declined on the average of 12.1%, and when we talk about the 25 most peaceful countries, then the peacefulness has improved by only 4.3%. That directly shows that the deterioration in peace was larger than the improvement in the peace. So guys, I hope that this is very much clear to all of you. And now let's see that what are some different other key findings. And guys, from this particular chart, you can see this particular different colors, which shows the intensity of peacefulness in all over the world. And if we talk about the India, then guys, India has been shown as a low peace country. Okay, India is a country having a low state of peace. So guys, this particular point is also very, very important, that India is under the low state of peace. So guys, please mark star here. This particular point is very, very important from the exam point of view. So guys, now let's see the top improvement and deterioration all over the world, the countries which have recorded the largest improvement and the countries which have recorded the largest deterioration. And guys, if we talk about the largest improvement, then Ukraine was the country which has shown the largest improvement, and the country which has shown the largest deterioration, then guys, that country was Burkina Faso. So guys, this was once again a very important key finding from this particular index. Now let's move ahead and let's see that what exactly this particular report is having more information for us for the exam point of view. So guys, if we talk about the trend of these three domains of peacefulness from 2008 to 2021, then guys, this particular report says, if we talk about the safety and security domain, then guys, this particular domain has shown that deterioration by 2.5% between the period of 2008 to 2021. And guys, if we talk about the ongoing conflict, then this particular domain has also shown the deterioration by 6.2%. And guys, if we talk about the militarization, then it was only one of the three domains which has recorded improvement, as this particular domain has shown the improvement of 4.2%, as 111 countries has shown the improvement in the militarization domain, while 50 countries have shown the deterioration in this particular domain. So guys, I hope that this is very much clear to all of you, that what are the different trends of peacefulness from the period of 2008 to 2021, and what was the trend of among these three domains, that is the ongoing conflict, the safety and security, as well as the militarization. So guys, if we talk about the South Asian region, then Bangladesh was the country which has improved its position by 7 positions, as it was placed at 98th position in the index 2020, but this particular position has improved to 91 in year 2021. And guys, if we talk about the country which has topped the index in the South Asian region, that the country was Bhutan, which was having an overall score of 1.51 in year 2021. and guys this was followed by Nepal and Bangladesh on the second and third position. And guys, if we talk about the worst performing nation, then once again the country which was having the worst performance among the peacefulness, and guys this was Afghanistan. And in the South Asian region as well, it was the worst performing country, that is Afghanistan, with a score of 0.631. And guys, if we talk about the regional average, then guys the regional average was 2.392. But guys, if we talk about India, then India was placed on the 5th position in the South Asian region, and guys the score of India was 2.553. and guys we will talk about India in detail in the upcoming slide. So guys, if we talk about the India specific findings, then this report says that India is being ranked at 135th position in year 2021. And guys, India's position was 139th position in 2020. Guys, I know that you must be getting confused, that earlier I told you that India has improved by 2 positions, but here the difference is of 4 positions. So guys, the reason behind this was because, for example, if there are 3 countries which were on the second position, for example there is country 1, then the country 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and guys if for example a country has topped the index, and guys there were 3 countries on the second position, so guys the rank of these 3 countries will be 2, and the country on the 5th one will be having the rank of 3, and that's how India has improved by 2 positions, but overall the difference was of 4 positions. So guys, please mark star here. If in the exam the question arises that what was the improvement in India's ranking, then the answer will be 2. Okay guys, so guys now let's see that what was the economic cost of violence in India as per the GPI. So guys, this particular report says that the economic cost of violence in India in 2021 was 7% of the GDP, and guys this particular number has also increased, and this was 5% in the Global Peace Index 2020 edition. And guys, when we talk about the performance of India in the 3 domains, then guys India's performance has increased in the societal safety and security domain and the ongoing domestic and international conflict, while India's performance has deteriorated in the terms of militarization. As guys, this particular report also says that India was also one of the 5 countries which are having the largest expenditure on the military. And guys, if we talk about the scores, then guys India's score has improved in the societal safety and security, as India's score was 2.385 in the societal safety and security, and guys this score has reduced to 2.84, reflecting the improvement in peacefulness. And guys, if we talk about the ongoing domestic and international conflict, then India's score was 3.099 in 2020 edition, and this score has reduced to 2.997. And guys, when we talk about the militarization, then guys India's score was 2.491 in 2020 edition of the report, and this score has increased to 2.496 in the 2021 edition. And that's why India's peacefulness, when we talk about the militarization domain, has reduced from the previous edition. And guys, if you talk about the overall India improvement, then guys India has overall improved by 0.7%. so guys India has shown the overall improvement of 0.7% in peacefulness from the previous edition. So guys, this particular number is also very important from the exam point of view. So guys, see, we have discussed this particular report which is very important from the exam point of view, that is the Global Peace Index, from the exam point of view, on the same lines on which the questions are being asked in the exam. And guys, that was all from the today's session. That I hope that you have must gather the key takeaways from this particular session. Now let's move on to the small MCQ series, and with the help of which we will see that whether you have gathered all the key takeaways from this particular index or not. So guys, before moving on to the small MCQ series, I am having some previous year questions. So guys, we always say that the reports and indices are very important from the exam point of view, but what are the kind of questions which are being asked in the previous years of these exams? So okay, let's discuss first these questions, and we will be seeing that we are covering these reports and indices on the same lines on which these questions are being asked in the exam. For example, if we see the very first question, the first question says the which organization creates and monitors the ease of doing business index. So guys, once again, this particular question is from the dimension of releasing body, and guys, this particular report is from the very important international organization, that is World Bank. So guys, all the reports and indices which are being released by these important international organizations such as World Bank, United Nations, WHO, and India's Niti Aayog, India's ministries, and some other important international organizations, all the reports being released by these organizations are very important from the exam point of view, and we always try to cover these reports in our sessions as well. And guys, if we talk about the second question, then the second question was related to the India Development Report. And guys, the question asked in examination, the question was asked about the participation of women in workforce in India. And guys, see, this particular question was from the pillar of key findings of the report. And guys, once again, this particular pillar is very important from the exam point of view. So guys, all the questions from the reports and indices are always being asked from these 4 to 5 pillars, that is the releasing body, the ranking of the countries or the states, or the methodology used, or the key findings of the index. So guys, all these important pillars are very important to be covered whenever you are covering the reports and indices for your exam. And guys, if we talk about the third question, then guys, it was related to the CA Gender 3000 in 2019. And guys, this particular question was asking the percentage increase in India's female representation on boards over the past 5 years in the year 2019. So guys, how this particular report is very important from the exam point of view, because this particular question is also related to our syllabus, that is the syllabus of gender issues, and this talks about the India's female representation on boards. And guys, that's why these reports and indices are very important from the exam point of view. And guys, there were one more question we are having for you from the previous year, that is related to the United Nations Multidimensional Poverty Index report. And guys, see, this particular report was released by United Nations. So guys, that's why I am saying you again and again that all these reports and indices which are released by these organizations are very important from the exam point of view. So guys, now let's move on to the very first question from this particular session itself. And guys, the first question is here on your screen, and the question is, which among the following organization has recently released the Global Peace Index 2021? So guys, see the very first question from the very first dimension, that is the releasing body. And guys, you are required to answer the question in the comment section below. The options are Institute for Economic and Peace, World Bank, United Nations Sustainable Development Solutions Network, International Peace Institute, and none of the above. So guys, the right answer to this particular question, as we have discussed in today's session, the answer is option A, that is the Institute for Economics and Peace. So guys, now let's move on to the next question, and it is here on your screen. So guys, next question says, which among the following country has topped the recently released Global Peace Index 2021? So guys, once again, a question from the ranking itself, the country which has topped the index. And guys, please tell me in the comment section below that which country has topped this particular index. And as we have discussed in today's session, the right answer to this question is option number D, that is Iceland. So guys, please mark star here. This particular question is very important from the exam point of view. So guys, now we are having a googly question for all of you. So guys, googly question is being asked from the report which is not being discussed in the current session, but from the report which was released recently, and very important from the exam point of view. And guys, if we talk about the today's question, let's see that how many of you are going to hit a cracking shot on this googly delivery, or you are going to lose your wicket. So guys, now the question is here on your screen. And guys, the googly question is, according to the recently released CEEW Center for Energy Finance Market Handbook, what is the percentage increase in the India's power generation capacity in fiscal year 2021? So guys, the question from the dimension of key findings. So guys, please answer this question in the comment section below. The options are 1.1%, 1.3%, 1.5%, 1.7%, and 5.5%. And guys, the right answer to this particular question is option B, that is 1.3%. So guys, now let's move on to the question from the session itself. And guys, the next question is here on your screen. The question says, according to the recently released Global Peace Index 2021, what is the rank of India? So guys, please mark star here. This question is on the ranking of India, which is very important from the exam point of view. And guys, the right answer to this particular question is option B, that is 135. And guys, if we talk about India's rank in the previous edition, the India's rank was 139, and India has improved by 2 positions in this particular index. Now guys, let's move on to the next question. The next question is, as per the recently released Global Peace Index is based on how many indicators and domains respectively? So guys, this particular question is from the pillar of methodology used to analyze the peacefulness of the countries. And guys, the right answer to this particular question is option C, that is 23 indicators and 3 domains. So guys, this particular point is very important from the exam point of view. So guys, those are all the questions from the today's session. Now let's see the homework question. And guys, the question is, which among the following organization has recently released the Global Annual to Decadal Climate Update Report? And guys, here are the options, and please answer the question in the comment section below, and I will be answering this question in the next session. So guys, now let's move on to the homework question from the previous session. And guys, the question was related to the Women at Work report, a global outlook. And guys, the right answer to this particular question is 39%. So guys, this particular report is also very important. And guys, if we talk about the star performers from the previous session, then the star performers are Pinky Shivhare and Keval Kaushal. So guys, congratulations to all of you. A huge round of applause for all of you. And guys, if you also want your name to be mentioned here in the next session, then kindly participate in the session by answering the question in the comment section below, and I will be naming your names in this particular star performer series in the next session. So guys, I hope that you must have found this particular session fruitful and useful. And if you have any queries, kindly drop us a mail at hello@edutab.co.in and call us at 8146207241. And guys, if you have liked the session, kindly give a thumbs up in the comment section below, and also share this particular session with your fellow aspirants as well, because it will also help in their preparation. So guys, now I will be meeting you in the next session. Till then, stay happy, stay healthy. Wish you all happy learning.